So first thing, for those of you who may not be familiar, we are transitioning to our new learning management system, which is Canvas. If you haven't already been able to access it, you can do so. You can find it by Googling Mason Canvas, and it'll take you to this page. Then if you click on this link where it says log into Canvas, it'll take you to a page where you can enter your Mason credentials, your username, and your password. That'll take you to the dashboard. Your dashboard should look something like this, depending on how many courses you're taking. Once you click here on my course, Italian 101, section DL1, it'll take you to the course homepage. Let me switch to student view. It should be very simple. I haven't put any links to make things easier for you. The most important link is going to be here under syllabus. Once you click that, there are 3 links. One that'll take you to the syllabus, another that'll take you to the course schedule, and a third one that'll take you to the Google Drive folder for the course. That hasn't been updated yet because this is a new textbook and learning platform that we are using for the first time this semester. But over the course of the semester, I'll be adding helpful materials for you to supplement the materials already on Connect. Another important link for you is this link, course materials. That'll take you to something that should look something like this. I'm a faculty member, so I can't see it, but it will allow you to access Connect, which is the platform that we use for everything in this course. I see that several of you have already accessed it. Everyone has access automatically. There is a course fee that covers access to this platform. Once you're in the platform, it should look something like this, but let's go over the syllabus first. Here is my contact information. Here's my contact information. This is my office location, Horizon Hall, room 5119. If you want to speak to me in person, you can find me on campus on Mondays and Wednesdays. We can schedule an appointment if you'd like to speak in person. Otherwise, you can contact me via Zoom, again by appointment, and the Zoom link is here, which is the Zoom link that I sent you for this meeting. But you can always refer to the syllabus and instructor information, and you'll find the link here. You might also want to check out my website if you are interested in my background. You can also follow us on Instagram at Mason Italian, and you could also follow our YouTube at Mason Italian. Let's go over my communication policy first. Email is a preferred method of communication. I know there is an option to contact me through Connect, but it's faster and more convenient to email me directly to my GMU address. And you should also be using your Mason address for all email communication. So I check my email frequently throughout the day from Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I strive to get back to students within 24 hours. The exception to that is that emails that I receive on Friday afternoon or thereafter will receive a response by Monday morning. Let me update that. By Monday morning, you shouldn't expect any additional assignments, but in case that happens, I will alert you via email. This is the course information. The most important aspect that you may or may not be aware of is, of course, this is an online course. It is asynchronous, which means there are no meetings via Zoom or otherwise, although I am available to you by appointment if you would like some one-on-one assistance throughout the semester. Our course description, the most important aspects are that we strive to develop your foreign language skills, but especially your ability to speak and understand Italian. We will be covering 4 chapters of Janice Askey and Diane Musumeci Avanti, 5th edition. This is, as I mentioned, a new textbook that we have adopted for the first time this semester, and a new learning platform, which is Connect. And we will take a look at that for the sake of those who may not have already accessed it. Other resources that you have that you might be interested in exploring are, of course, Instagram. If you follow our page, you can see that there are many accounts that we follow that would be of interest to you to supplement and to expose you to the language as much as possible. Of course, there are many resources on YouTube as well. There's a lot of content on Netflix and lots of content on these 2 websites that I like a lot, RightPlay and Mediaset, that you can access with a VPN such as ExpressVPN, which is the one I use. Very important course materials. We use Askey and Musumeci Avanti 5th edition. We use this book through Connect, digital access only. And the code to the platform to Connect will also give you access to the ebook. This is a textbook for Italian 101 through Italian 202. So it covers 101, 102, 110, and 201 and 202. The course fee for, so in addition to tuition for the course, there's also an associated course fee, and that covers your access to Connect for 1 semester. However, if you plan to take the 4 course sequence, so if you plan to take all the way to 202, you might opt out and purchase instead a 2-year access code directly from the publisher. So if you click on this link, it'll take you to this page. Let's give it a second. It'll take you to this page where you can click on Connect. Not just the ebook, okay? You want to click on Connect, and there you can click on the option for 2 years. And that will save you money because I believe the course fee is something like $89. So if you multiply that by 4, you will see that it's more than this $187.55 to buy the code from the publisher. Everyone has access right now and has some time to make that decision. The bookstore will be sending email to let you know when you can decide to opt out or keep the access that you have already paid for. Of course, if you opt out and go through the publisher, the course fee will be refunded to you. A resource that you have here is my favorite online dictionary. It has dictionaries, English and Italian, of course, Italian dictionaries and thesaurus and all kinds of resources like that. It gives you lots of information that you may not find with other online dictionaries. Sometimes students use Word Reference, but I prefer these, which are scholarly reviewed. Grade distribution, 50% homework, 20% tests, 10% compositions. We'll go over what those assignments look like. 10% the oral final, and 10% the written final. This is the Mason grading scale, which most of you should be familiar with. Now let's go over each category of assignments. The first category is homework. It consists of readings from the ebook. Again, you can access it through Connect. We will look at how you can access it. And most importantly, you can download it to be able to access it on your mobile device or your tablet. Or your tablets with a free application, which is called Read Anywhere. If you can click on this link, it'll take you to this page. And if you go to the bottom, there's a link to download the application for Apple devices, iPhones and iPads, or for Google Play. I recommend that because you will want to have access readily to your ebook as you are working through the assignments. Assignments will be due generally on Thursdays by 11:59 p.m. and they will be made available to you on a weekly basis on Fridays at midnight. That gives you some flexibility to complete the assignments, and it's set up that way so that you are encouraged to spread out your work. It's much better to work bit by bit, as much as possible, daily ideally, but I don't spend a couple of days per week working on them rather than cramming everything, because cramming doesn't really work for learning languages. So I encourage you again to spread out your assignments throughout the week. In addition to all these assignments that you will do on Connect, they will include some which are for the speaking activities. You'll be working on those in pairs, in groups of 2. I will assign those, and I will put the group assignments here in a link. I will do that this evening. The homework, as I said, is 50% of your final grade. Late submissions, you have a week to submit late work, but per day, there will be a deduction of 5%. Tests, again, there are 4 tests, 1 for each chapter, all done in Connect, of course. You'll have unlimited time to complete them. Again, you have a 1-week grace period, but there will be a 10% deduction per day that they are late. Compositions, these are short writing assignments related to some kind of topic that brings into use all the material covered in that chapter. Super important for these assignments is that you not use any kind of online translator or any kind of artificial intelligence to complete the assignments, because that constitutes a violation of the Mason Honor Code. Evidence of any use, however minor, of such technologies will result in an automatic grade of F. So very important to adhere by this policy. It's very important for you to develop your ability to write in Italian. And that only happens when you use the language that, there's no need to translate anything. There's no need to look up anything. Work with what you know. They should be very simple at this level, very, very short, simple sentences, and that will ensure that you get proper credit. Again, as usual with the homework, 5% deduction if they are submitted late, up to 1 week. The last week of the semester, those of you who are students taking the course for credit, mostly undergrads, I believe, will take a brief 10-minute oral exam in pairs via Zoom so that I can assess your speaking and comprehension skills. The guidelines and scoring rubric are here. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the document outlining all that. And here's the sign-up sheet, but I will probably just assign time slots. I might give you some times you have flexibility, but if you don't sign up for a time, I will just assign one. Very important, because the end of the semester is so busy for everyone. Missed exams cannot be made up unless there's an absence or a missed appointment that falls under the university attendance policy for excused absences. Mostly, this policy covers students who are involved in athletics or other university-sponsored activities, or for religious holidays. The written final, again, will be due by the first day of final exam period. The schedule for final exams is published by the registrar's office, and there can be no deviations from it. Late submissions will not be accepted for the final exam unless they fall under the university attendance policy that I mentioned before. And if you're not familiar with it, you can check it out here. The honor code, again, very important to abide by it, especially in online courses when there is no supervision to ensure that you adhere by it. Especially important to, as I said, not use translation or any other kind of artificial intelligence to complete the assignments, especially the writing sections of exams and the compositions. As I said, any evidence, however minor, results in a grade of F, and it may be reported to the Office of Academic Integrity for adjudication by the Honor Committee. Other than that, something I'd like to spend some time talking to you about is the study abroad program that I run every summer in Rome, Mason in Rome, Italian language, literature, and culture. This summer, it will take place from May 31st to June 28th. Through this program, which is hosted by the Centro Linguistico Italiano Dante Alighieri. If you click on this link, it'll take you there. So you can learn more about the school. It is a boutique Italian language and culture school in central Rome. Lots of program activities besides the academic component. We will visit major monuments and museums such as the Capitoline Museums, the Vatican Museums, and the Sistine Chapel, and the Borghese Gallery. If you click on those links, you can go and learn more about those monuments and museums that you may or may not be familiar with already. In addition, students received what's called a MIC card, and that gives you access to more than 20 museums and archaeological sites in Rome for you to explore on your own. There will be a welcome dinner and also a cooking class with a celebrity chef, Rina Monastero, who makes frequent appearances on Italian television. So, and I've had a cooking class with her before. She comes to Washington every year to do some cooking classes with the Italian Cultural Institute. Lovely chef. Well, actually, that's her nickname, Lovely Chef. And there will be lots of excursions and other cultural activities that are offered by the school that are led by their instructors. So many opportunities to explore Rome and its cultural patrimony. I have limited the number of activities required by the program so that students have a lot more freedom to do things on their own. As far as the academic component, students take 2 courses. There is a course on Dante's Inferno, which I teach and which fulfills the Mason Core literature requirement. There is also a language course at any level from beginner to advanced, and these language courses are taught by instructors at our host school, the Centro Linguistico Dante Alighieri. During free time, in addition to all the cultural activities that I've mentioned before, students can also travel within the Lazio region. Some important sites include Ostia Antica, Villa d'Este and Hadrian's Village in Tivoli. And via high-speed train, students can go to some major Italian cities such as Florence and Naples, usually during the weekend. If you want to learn more about those sites, you can click on these links. And if you want to explore other possible destinations, here are the links to the main train service providers in Italy. Highlights, again, that you earn 6 credits in 4 weeks. You spend 4 weeks in Rome. There's an array of cultural activities for you to participate in. And of course, there's also time for independent travel. I've discussed the course offerings. The course on Dante's Inferno is required of all students. And then for the language course, it'll depend on your linguistic ability. So those of you who might be interested to go would be taking Italian 102, the equivalent. The cost is very reasonable. It's only 4,500. I believe it's one of the most economic, if not the most economic, of all the programs offered by Mason in Europe. If you want to look at the details of the costs, you can click on this link here. So the cost includes tuition, which is highly unusual. So it already includes tuition and most in-country costs. The application deadline is February 1st. But if you're interested, I encourage you to submit your application right away. There are already 6 completed applications. So that means that there's only 6 more guaranteed spots because we're limiting participation to 12 students this summer. As some of you may or may not know, this year is a Jubilee year in Rome, so housing is in high demand. So we will be limiting the number of participants this year to this number. Here's the link for you to submit an application, and you may be eligible for scholarships, for grants, and other forms of financial aid. The program is open also to non-Mason students with instant tuition, to non-degree students, and to students such as those of you who are taking the course as lifelong learners. For more information, you can visit the program website, and you can learn about students' past experiences if you go to our YouTube page. The students have panel projects where they make videos sharing their experience. And you can also go to our Instagram page where you will see that there's also lots of posts and stories and story collections that students made during their time in Rome. With any questions, you can contact me directly because I am the academic director, as I said, or you can contact Abby Schusterman, who works for GEO. She is the program administrator. It's quite early on, but you might already think about considering a minor in Italian studies. There are two tracks. There is a language emphasis track, and there's a history and culture track. You can look at the requirements here. And if you're interested, I'd be happy to schedule a Zoom meeting with you, or you can reach out to my colleague, Professor Christina Olson, who is co-coordinator of the program, to schedule an appointment. If disability accommodations are something that is applicable to you, please let me know right away so that we can make any arrangements. I believe that because of this course is online and there are no things such as time limits or anything like that, you may not need any accommodations, but if you feel that you do, please contact me right away. For those of you in the course, this is the course policy. This semester, this is quite a large course. I haven't seen this kind of enrollment in all my time here at Mason. So this means that I may not be able to grade all your work. I will try to grade as much as possible. I may not be able to grade the writing assignments, for example, but I will do my best to grade all other work. Are there any questions at this point? If not, we can go ahead and move on to looking at the course schedule. Again, the course schedule is linked here on Canvas, the Canvas page for the course, and it'll take you here to this Google Doc. You don't need to print it because I may need to update it. I will certainly be updating it, adding supplemental materials such as video lessons and other resources like that. You will find those linked, for example, something that you will want to refer to and spend some time is with pronunciation. And here are videos that go over pronunciation of those aspects of Italian that are not phonetic. So you can look at those videos before you complete the corresponding activities on Connect. And I'll be adding other links like that. So this is kind of a living document that is continuously updated. Here you have 4 columns, with the dates, the chapter, and then the content that you are covering that week with corresponding pages in the textbook and the ebook, and homework and assessments to be done again on Connect. So this outlines the Connect activities, and it also alerts you to tests, for example, and reviews and compositions, all the assignments and assessments for the course. This is broken down, and as I mentioned, everything is due. All the assignments for a given week are due on the Thursday of the week by 11:59 p.m. They are made available on the Friday before at midnight. Again, the oral final will be done on May 5th, the last day of the semester, by appointment, and we will discuss those details and get all that scheduled ahead of the exam date towards the end of the semester. And then, as I said, the written final will be due by Thursday, May 8th by 11:59 p.m. All to be done on the Connect platform, except for the oral final, which will be done by Zoom. Any questions about the schedule?
I have one question. This is David. I was wondering if you could, in the future, open up maybe the next assignment in advance in case some students want to work ahead. Sometimes scheduling can be an issue. Things come up. Sometimes it's easier for me to work ahead, depending on the schedules.
Thank you, David. Yes, I saw your email about this. So as I mentioned, because I want to discourage students working, cramming in the work, which is, like I said, not successful it's not a successful learning strategy when it comes to language. That's why I open them on a weekly basis. However, if you, those of you who are taking the course as auditors, if you need some flexibility, that is of course possible. In that case, you would complete the assignments following your travel or whatever else is preventing you from completing them according to the deadlines. And I can just give you an extension. But yeah, it would be best to stick to the schedule as I have conceived it. Let's see. Anything else before we go on to look at the Connect platform? If not, then we can go on. So as I said, you will be able to access the Connect platform if you click here on course materials. Let's see, as I said, it will take you to something that looks like this. And mine looks different because I'm faculty. Let's see if I can exit of the student view. I think that will allow me to look at it as a student. Yes, so that'll take you to something that looks like this. Again, actually, the Casa City 369. As I said, that's a course fee already charged to your account. If you opt out and choose to purchase the code for 2 years, then that will be refunded to you. And as I said, you will receive a message from the bookstore, several messages actually from the bookstore alerting you to the deadline to maintain the access or to opt out. Once you follow that, click on that, you will probably be prompted to create an account. And once you do so, it'll take you to the homepage, which should look something like this. You will see a to-do. I think that's the automatic place that it takes you to, and those are the assignments that are due for that week. So for this first week, there is the orientation, which helps you get familiar with Connect and how everything works and how the different types of assignments work. And then the first real assignment is this intercultural competence with Jhumpa Lahiri, the first module, the first part of the first module. If you click on menu here at the top left, you will see that there's other pages to go to. It'll take you to, as I said, don't use messages. Send me an email directly. It'll take you, you can go to your account details, and you can come back here over the course of the semester if you need to with some Connect tutorials to see how the platform works. It'll take you here to where you have digital support, lots of resources to help you get familiar with the platform and to be able to work with it successfully. If you click on to do, of course, it'll take you where the platform lands you automatically. There's a calendar view, so you can see ahead of time which assignments are assigned for that week. As you see forward, you can see all the upcoming assignments. And then if you click on classes and click on the course, that'll take you to this view, which is the view that I prefer because it gives you access to the ebook if you click here. And you can navigate the ebook by clicking on this icon that takes you to the table of contents. You can also use these arrows to navigate back and forth. So we'll be starting with chapter 1 here. And as I said, you can download it on your phone or tablet by clicking on this link as well. That'll take you to the page to where you can download the application Read Anywhere. And that is excellent because you can have it open as you're working through the assignments. Of course, there's other ways to do it, and I will show you here shortly. Some of you may be interested. I know some people prefer having also a print edition of the book. You have the possibility of renting it here at a discounted rate or to purchase a loose leaf option. So if you click on that, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. You can purchase the loose leaf option for only $47. But again, the print edition is not required. all that is required is the digital access. And here you can, looks like you can rent it for $50. But if you're interested in the print edition, you probably can just go ahead and purchase it. Purchase your own copy. Let's see what the cost is. You can purchase it from the publisher, and the link is under course materials on the syllabus. So it doesn't look like there's an option to buy a bound version. But if anyone's interested, let me know, and I will reach out to the publisher book representative. So when you click on, as I said, to get to this view, you click on classes, and then you click on menu, then you click on classes, then you click on your class, and it'll take you here. And I prefer this view because it lets me see everything that I'm going to be doing for each chapter. So that's, it tells me the deadline, it tells me when it's available. And once you click on the blue arrow, that'll take you to the actual assignment. And you can see the assignments for chapter 1 with all those availability and due dates. And yeah, so this will show you everything that's assigned, and that's what I prefer this view. I believe all assignments are locked, so only the assignments for a given week should be available. Let's see. So as you are working on a given assignment, let's see if I can open chapter 1. No, that one's locked still. So in the week for assignment, click on the assignment for this chapter. As you can see, I already have the textbook, the ebook open on a different tab, and I can just go to, so I'll be working. So I'm looking at the activity for intercultural competence. I begin the activity. It'll tell you how many points. It'll tell you the due date. It'll tell you how many attempts you have. In most cases, it's unlimited, except for, of course, the tests. And it tells you, of course, that there's a penalty for late submissions. So click on continue. It'll take you to the first activity. So what I recommend that you do first is read through that section. So this one's covering Module 1, Section A. So you find that section in the textbook. And that would be this one right here. The ebook is rich in content. For example, in this case, you can view the video. So it has slides of live content, including the videos for this activity. These are the videos, the video that introduces you to Jhumpa Lahiri, and then the videos that you need to complete each section. The videos are also many times embedded in the activities themselves, as is the case here. And here, in this case, there are reflection activities where you are going to think about what learning a language allows you to do and what it entails and what your expectations can be for that process. As you begin working on the content, vocabulary, and grammar, let's look at what a typical chapter includes. The first part of the chapter is Estrategia de Comunicaciones, so that introduces you to expressions that you can put to use right away, in this case, greetings. As I said, there's lots of rich content embedded into the ebook. For example, audio recordings. These recordings will be crucial for you to use and for you to get acquainted with how the language is pronounced, in this case, because it's an online course. So these are a great resource. Here, as you can see, you have also lots of videos that expose you to expose you to Italian by native speakers. So these videos, some of students find challenging. Just you need to think about what your expectations are. Of course, you will not understand every word. You will just see the language in context, and the corresponding activities are designed with realistic expectations for this level. Lots of material, and these are the kind of activities that you would do in in-person contest, in-person course, pardon. Let's go to the second section, which is the vocabulary section. Again, the book is very rich in content that will be very useful to you, especially in this case, which is an online course, because it'll help you with pronunciation. So when the vocabulary is introduced, you'll see this play key, which helps you with pronunciation so that you can listen and repeat. Some of those kinds of activities will be included here on Connect, on the Connect assignments. But again, you will want to always refer to the textbook first before attempting the assignments, the activities on Connect. Lots, as I said, lots of opportunities for additional content, again, especially recordings and videos. For pronunciation as you're learning. Again, every section of the vocabulary has recordings for you to listen and repeat and learn how to pronounce Italian correctly, be exposed to Italian by native speakers. You click it to play and you click it again if you want to stop it. So you'll do the readings and then you will do the activities that correspond to it, and you can just go back and forth between different tabs and refer to the textbook as you need to. Let's look at what the grammar section looks like. So the grammar section is called strutture. This one introduces to gender and number. Let me see, there's another one. And many of these activities are already, the way in which they are introduced in the textbook, there is a corresponding assignment on Connect that allows you to go through that process that you would go through in a classroom setting to learn a given structure. Very important and very helpful for you will be these embedded videos that are called grammar tutorials, where you get explanations in English of a given grammar topic. For example, in this case, indefinite articles. So that presents the grammar in context, in a realistic context, with, again, exposition to exposure to native Italian speakers, and it is followed by an explanation in English of the grammar topic. So those will be super helpful to you in this case because it is an asynchronous course, in addition to other resources that I will add to the syllabus, to the course schedule. I'm sorry, as I mentioned, other videos that will be helpful to you with explanations. So I believe that is everything that I will. Now let's look at the end of every chapter. There is a cultural lesson. In chapter 1, this lesson is Italian gestures. And again, there is a video. So this is a video with an Italian actor that teaches you various aspects of Italian culture with accompanying activities. I believe those will be embedded in the Connect activity already, but as I said, you always want to go to the textbook first. And those page numbers are listed for you here on the course schedule. And then, of course, once you complete each chapter, see if I can go back. At the end of each chapter, you will have these three assignments. First, you will have the chapter review, Capítulo Uno review. And that is an assignment that allows you to measure your mastery of the various types of content covered in the chapter, vocabulary and grammar. It utilizes a technology that is called adaptive learning. So it'll test you, and it'll give you the kinds of, it'll give you different questions according to how well you perform. And it'll also allow you to say what your level of comfort with a given assignment is so that you can go back and review, and so that the computer will come up with more questions to help you attain mastery of that structure or of that vocabulary. So this is super helpful. You will want to complete this before doing, of course, the chapter test. And then after the chapter test, the next assignment for that chapter is, as I said, a short writing assignment. I think we can actually look at that. A short writing assignment that brings together all the content of that chapter. You should be aware that the chapter tests are proctored, which means there are tools in place that allow you to, or that prevent you from accessing resources, so that you are actually attested on the content, and you are demonstrating what you have achieved for that chapter. I will adjust that because there will be no time limit. Let's see. And I think that's about it. Are there any questions? Did someone in the chat? Feel free to ask questions in the chat as well. Okay, so as I said, I recorded this session, so I will send you the link once the recording is processed. You can come back and refer to anything that you might have missed if I went rather quickly. Thank you so much for answering the poll and for taking the time out of your schedule to join me for this session. If you have any questions or anything that comes up over the course of the semester, feel free to contact me, send me an email. I will probably also create a WhatsApp group chat so you can reach me even faster. Someone asks to log into Connect. You can go through the page that I told you, or there is a link to it directly. Let's see. There's this link, canvas.gmu.edu, that will take you directly to the sign up page. So you can use either of those links. Again, canvas.gmu.edu. I will add that to the syllabus for your convenience. If there are no other comments or questions, then we can go ahead and end here. I will send you a link to the recording as soon as it has been processed in the cloud. Again, very important for you to know that I am here as a resource. Of course, a lot of the work, the majority of the work for this course is self-guided, but I'm always here as a resource, and I will be providing further resources asynchronously. You can reach out again to with questions, or if you'd like to schedule a session one-on-one, we'll be creating the WhatsApp group chat, and you can also reach me there even more quickly than through email. Again, don't use the messaging function on Connect. The fastest way to get in touch with me is sending me an email directly to my GMU address from your GMU student account. Thank you again, and I look forward to being in touch with you throughout the course of the semester. Have a good evening.
Thank you.